Hey, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at INJ or Injective protocol. I do want to say that I'm not a financial advisor. You should do your own research before investing money into crypto. And if you haven't seen the previous update, make sure to watch that before watching this one. It's going to be linked in the top right-hand corner of the screen. Now let's jump straight into the TA. So taking a look at the daily chart, as you can see, we are still in this golden support block. This is a pretty large support block, but nonetheless, this is a good dollar cost averaging area. This is a good area to accumulate. And if you buy here, for example, and you buy some here and you buy some here, your average buy-in price is going to be around $1.20, let's say. And once we get to the next bull market from $1.20, you're going to see a profit of 2,000% all the way up to the previous all-time high. And if we expect the price to break the previous all-time high, then, well, in that case, you're going to see a lot of more profits coming in your way. So patience is key for now. No one wants to buy because everything is dropping, and later on everyone is going to be buying because everything is going up. So we need to be ahead of those people, and I think these are good buying in prices. We are retesting the low that we printed here in July of 2022. So if I just drop a trend line there, you can see that we have retested that level perfectly multiple times, once in June, once in July, and once in the middle of July. And from there, we started that nice uptrend into November. And right now we're coming back down to where we were retracing from, or to where we started retracing from. And as you can see, the yellow little arrow there is pointing towards a bullish divergence that we spotted in the last video. And look how perfectly it played out. I said that this could play out very nicely. We may run into the 20 EMA, so this could be a nice trading opportunity for you. The last update was on December 29th, and right now we're sitting 10.4% in profit. So this is a nice little indicator that we had, and nice little trade that we could have had. Also, we are potentially going to start running into the yellow resistance trend line here. Let me just change the color of the trend line so it's easier to talk about different trend lines. So this trend line here, as you can see, has multiple touches of support in September, at the end of September, in November, almost a wick in November as well. And now we have lost it here in December. We went all the way down, and now we could be coming up to retest it as resistance before eventually going back down. So that's something to look out for. Also, the 55 EMA is an important indicator to take a look at as well, because we might retest it as well if we just wick above the resistance trend line slightly, right? You have your candle here, let's say that's your candle, and then you have a little wick to the 55 EMA, and then you get sent back down. So 55 EMA is a pretty strong level. As you can see, you constantly wick towards that once you're trying to break above the 20 EMA, or at least wicking to the upside. But overall, I would be careful with my swing trades because we are near the Bitcoin bottom, and I would just not want to sell something and then watch it skyrocket with a relief rally across all markets into, let's say, April or August 2023. So I don't want to be in that situation. I want to ride the wave to the upside and then sell once everything is overbought, and then potentially buy back in October, September when everything corrects. And then I'm ready for the bull market in 2024 and 2025. And based off of the Fibonacci retracement, we also have the 1.618 level at $1.74. We discussed this in the last video. That's exactly where the top of the support block is, and that is a pretty strong area for us to retest as resistance as well. So that is possible, but it's very important that we're not losing the June low, as some altcoins are 50 to 40% lower than that low. And if that was the case for Injective, we would be sitting at 55 cents. But that is not the case, and Injective is doing pretty well. So this, in fact, could be a very nice double bottom pattern as long as we don't lose this June 2022 low. And the target could be somewhere around $4.85, which would be the swing low that we have on this large Fibonacci retracement. So Lots of interesting things happening in the space, obviously. You have to keep up with all the news and everything, but it's pretty interesting how things develop in a bear market and how a lot of the crappy projects get destroyed and eliminated from the markets. The weak hands are selling, the markets are getting emptier and emptier. And once the bull market starts, as you all know, everyone is going to be hopping on the hype train, while we are going to have our bags full and we're going to be riding the waves and selling the tokens to those people buying, because that's how the markets work. Some people lose and some people win. And that's just the way it works. Some people have to buy in order for others to sell. That's the only way it works. Now, taking a look at the daily RSI, let's see what's going on here. So as you can see, we have a resistance block above us, 60.8 on the RSI, all the way down to 52.3. We have retested that level multiple times, but I don't think it's that crucial for us to target as of right now. So I'm going to get rid of that. And what I do think is an important level for us to take a look at is this. Let me get a block here. So this resistance block here is going to be a very important level for us to retest. If we get there, that's going to be a nice swing trading opportunity. Let me change the color to yellow. That's easier to see. So that resistance block is going to be something that we could target for exits. So if we get there, let's say in a couple of months, you could take profits and then come back once you have retraced, let's say 15 to 20%. Boom, you have increased your altcoin position by 20% simply by being patient, rather than just trying to sell on every single little move and trying to buy back 2% cheaper. It's just not going to work. At some point, you're going to screw yourself over, and I don't want to see that because I've been in that situation, so I'm trying to pass my experience on to you. Now, I do want to switch over to the Binance website as well. And before we continue, I quickly want to ask you, do you value your privacy? If the answer is yes, then you must take a look at ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN offers you the privacy that you deserve, no activity logs and no connection logs. Your internet provider won't be able to access anything, and anyone using the same open free Wi-Fi in the cafe as you won't be able to do any harm or breach your security. You can use the ExpressVPN application on any device. You can connect it to your PlayStation, or you can even connect it to your router so that anyone who connects is automatically secured. Or if you're looking to access any region-blocked content on your streaming platform, well, ExpressVPN can do that as well. If you're living in the Netherlands and you want to access a TV show that's only available in Japan, well, my friend, you can do that with ExpressVPN. You can use the link down below in the description and get a discounted price along with 3 extra months for free. You can get your money back if you don't like it, but I don't see any reason why you wouldn't like it, because we all need the privacy, and in today's age especially. And you can also pay with Bitcoin, so that's a really cool feature as well. And let's get on with the video. Taking a look at the weekly chart here on Binance, obviously all the yellow trend lines are important resistance levels for us to look out for. The only one that is below us is $1.22, so I'm going to turn that into a green level instead of a yellow one, just because it's a support. And for now, I do think $1.87 or the pink trend line here, the pink resistance trend line, are going to be keeping us down from moving to the upside. We're going to get a rejection there, potentially come back down, retest the green trend line once again, and then from March into April, we're going to have that strong breakout, potentially coming back to this November high, or even going higher into the $4 range, and then creating a higher low and potentially having another move to the upside in August, because I do think we're going to get a pretty strong local high in April/May, maybe even March, who knows, and one local high in August. And after the August high, that's going to be the last sort of dip before the bull market is going to start, before we start repeating the 2020 picture that we had. And you also have a support block all the way down here in case things get go south, you have 97 cents all the way down to 75 cents as your major support block based off of this trading range we had in 2020. But as you can see, Injective is a fairly new token. So if Bitcoin decides to drop to $10,000, there's no one stopping this altcoin from dropping below its all-time low prices and doing something like this, going into obscurity before eventually coming up. So if you're buying here at these levels, I just want you to be mentally prepared that this is a potential scenario, and I want you to have enough money to buy this as well. That's why you never buy all in at any given price, because there's always room to drop lower. Now, from this all-time high, we have retraced 95.8%. So this is a pretty good starting point to start investing into Injective. In my opinion, I do have some tokens and I'm staking them on the Kepler wallet. If we drop down into the support block, that's going to be around 97% of a pullback. So still, that would be possible. But as always, we are prepared for all scenarios. That's why we are going to be winners in the next bull market. So on the weekly RSI, what I would be covering here is this important resistance trend line. As you can see, we have retested that multiple times, and we have had a retest in August, in October, and another test in October 2022. That was actually 2021. And every time you come up to it, you get rejected back down. So potentially once we have our next relief rally, it could be even weaker than the previous one. We may run into that and then get sent back down once again. However, it does seem like we have started to print a ascending support trend line here with this little low that we just printed in December, as you can see. So that's something to keep an eye on. Hopefully we don't lose that, because if we immediately lose it, obviously that means that low is no longer valid, or that support trend line. But hopefully we can stay within this range, little triangle area here, and get a break to the upside, get tight in this apex, and then get a break to the upside, potentially taking us to these highs in August and November of 2021, before eventually having that one last pullback into October 2023. And like I said, bull market 2024, 2025, that's when the gains are going to be coming in. So our mission is to be patient. And that is pretty much everything that I have for Injective. If I missed out anything important on the charts, please let me know down below in the comments. As always, all the links are going to be down below in the description if you want to check out my Patreon, where you can support me, and you can have a lot of exclusive content there, including podcasts, my low cap gems, my portfolio, and more stuff. You can do that as well. And I do have a Twitter, which you can check out as well. So thank you all for watching. I'm going to see you in the next one. Goodbye and good night.